Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Gals on the Go podcast. It's Brooke.
And Danielle, and we have an exciting guest in the podcast studio today, Miss Morgan Riddle.
Hi guys.
Hi.
We feel honored to have you in the chair with us today.
I'm honored to be in this chair.
No, truly, we have a joke on the podcast that I do deep dives on.
Yes,
I don't
about Brooke.
I don't have just like light interests in things. Like I need to go so deep. I need to know everything about a person, and you've been my recent deep dive. So congratulations. I'm so happy to have you here.
She knows a lot about you now.
Oh my gosh.
Do you know where she went to school? Like, are we that
I know
deep?
you went to Wagner.
I
know.
did.
Yeah,
I
I know.
Okay, I will say most internet websites where I've seen like info about me, they all say I'm Polish. I am not Polish.
Oh,
I just want to
Really?
say that because I always see online like
They just
Morgan
assume.
Riddle, Polish heritage. I'm not Polish at all. I don't know where they get that from.
Oh,
So in case you saw that,
interesting.
I would like to debunk that
Debunk.
theory.
You're like not true. So what is your heritage then?
I'm like super Norwegian.
Okay.
So like not that far away, but not
Right.
Polish.
Yeah.
Totally.
Interesting. No, I listen to like a ton of other podcasts you do because I feel like we're in the same like, community like of sorts, like we're mutual friends and
Yeah,
whatnot. So I'm so
definitely.
glad we're finally all able to connect.
Yeah,
And be here
absolutely.
today.
No, it's
Yeah.
truly so exciting. So you live in LA.
I live in
right?
LA.
How long have you lived in LA for?
I moved there in March of 2020.
Okay.
So like the worst.
Yeah.
To
Oh,
a city, especially a city where you had literally no friends, but
I know.
I like it now. My boyfriend and I also have a place in Miami, so we kind of
Oh.
split time between
know
those
that.
two. Yeah, if you guys ever want to do a gals
I was
trip to
going
Miami,
to say.
Love
gals on the
Dan-
go to Miami.
Absolutely.
Danielle loves Miami. She's like obsessed.
I have a Miami Barbie that I activate when I go to Miami.
I
Yeah.
love Miami. I
so
think it's so fun because also there's like the party social side of Miami, which is obviously amazing, but there's also this health and wellness side of Miami where they have the best workout studios and like really good food, and you can go to the beach and be in the sun,
So true.
I love it there.
Yeah, you can really go. Like I went recently and we really just relaxed
Yeah.
most of the time.
Yeah.
Honestly.
That's my favorite part about it.
Yeah.
It's so nice. Wait, I love that. And so Morgan is here in New York City you've been here for a little over a month now, or just about a month?
Over a month. My trip keeps extending. I was supposed to leave 2 weeks ago, and I was like, I'll stay.
No, it's so fun too because so you started social media. I mean, we'll get more into it, but just so people kind of get an
Yeah,
idea.
yeah.
You started social media about a year ago, you told me?
In like February of 2022 is
Okay.
really when I started posting
So
content.
over a year.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say I was really doing social media full time until about a year ago.
It's really
Okay.
impressive.
Yeah.
Did you
Thank you.
transition? This is a random question that might just be like our thing. Did you transition your like personal accounts into like what they are now, or did
Good
you have a
question,
second
yeah.
account that you like made for like more fashion and beauty or
It
whatever?
was always my personal account, so I never had like the intention of doing social media, so I
Uh-huh.
never made a separate one that was kind of like specifically
Yeah.
for content. It really just happened that I was just like sharing my life online, much more like lifestyle influencer type stuff, and then
Yeah.
it
Yep.
just turned into a following.
I love
I
it.
love it. I
Yeah.
think I started following you 6 months ago,
Mm-hmm.
give or take, and it's been so much fun watching you like bloom and blossom and do
Yeah.
so many things because now you're like crushing it during New York Fashion Week, and we want to talk all about like how it feels coming into all this so hot, because I feel like I'm seeing her Instagram's Morgs, and it's so funny when I was telling a few people, so they're like, oh, what are you up to this week? I'm blah, 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 recording with Morgan Riddle, and they're like, oh, who? And I go Morgs. They go, oh, I know.
Yeah,
I
you're
know.
so right.
So
I know.
you
Now I'm
made a
like
name for
known by
yourself.
my handle. It's
That's
so
a great
funny.
handle though.
I think that's
Yeah,
great.
it's a good one.
Simple.
Yeah, well, I made it when I was 14, and then once you
That's so
get
funny.
verified, you can't change it anymore. So like, I would
Oh.
love to have at Morgan Riddle,
I know.
but now I can't.
Maybe you
so.
could like
That could be
make
your
something
sub brand. That
work.
could be like your like if you ever launch something
Oh, yeah.
someday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sub
Save
brand.
it. You
Maybe
know?
one
It's
day.
like Morgs by Morgan Riddle.
Yes!
Like marching.
Yeah.
I love it.
I'll give you the creds for that when I use it.
Okay,
Yeah,
amazing.
you
I actually
should.
kind of love that.
I feel like a lot. Who's that like blogger that has like a line and it's like her name and then oh my god I can't think of it. She's a family.
Song of Style.
Oh,
no.
her and then Ariel Charnas. They all do
something
that.
Navy. Her
Mm.
daughter's
Yes,
name
it's like.
is Navy. Or
But I think like something Navy is like they have like an account for that. But then Ariel Charnas is like it's like the sub
Right.
brands kind of.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's options there.
we're just the
You're
gals
welcome.
are here to consult. So whatever.
This
you
is
need.
actually a brainstorm session
Yeah,
right now
it
for my
is.
brand.
It is.
Thank you all for joining. It's so
Thank
much
you.
fun. So yeah, we are so excited to talk to Morgan about everything. We have so many things we want to ask her. And again, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy
Yes.
schedule to come here.
It's been fun to hang this week.
I know.
Yeah.
We've been
We got to
hanging.
know each other. I know. So we have the same representation. So we got to meet through that, and then we were like, oh, we actually like each other. So that worked.
Yeah.
That's
It's
so
been
nice.
really
I know. I
fun.
feel like you guys
So
have seen
fun.
each other quite a few times.
Yeah,
Well, and you guys
like
got
3
dinner.
times. Yeah, we got dinner.
We need to
Yeah,
talk
dinner
about
the
the
other night.
caviar because I know Danielle doesn't like
I
caviar.
don't
So
like-
what
You
was
did
it?
it. You were
You
so
did it?
brave.
Yeah, I did it.
She was so
Danielle
brave.
always does eat seafood when I'm not there. This is the funniest thing.
It's always when I'm with people that I can't say no to, you know?
Yeah, you're like, well,
Like, I can say no to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But it
Katie,
was-
Katie did it first, and she also doesn't like seafood, and then she
Right.
talked you into it.
Yeah, Katie was like, Danielle, I'll only do it. Or I don't even know if she said that. She was like, Danielle, I'm doing it. And I was like, okay, well, if Katie's going to do it. It was more so that.
So it's
'cause
peer
they did
pressure.
it. Yeah, they
Yeah.
all did it. Katie and I did not. And then they brought more over, and they brought champagne with it. So it was like a whole moment.
Oh,
Like to
I
do
see.
a
You like
caviar
that,
bump
yeah.
and a champagne. I was like, ooh, I
What
feel-
did you like it?
I like wouldn't order it, but it was just salty.
Okay.
Like,
yeah.
so I.
Yeah.
It wasn't fishy. Well, because it was
No.
good caviar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it was so funny because Peyton was like, it's not fishy at all. And then you were like, it's not fishy, but I don't know if you're going to like it. I think you were nervous that I was going to
know.
hate it.
Yeah.
And I was
Well, I
like,
just didn't want you to like vomit on the
No,
table.
I know.
Like
I
I didn't
was
know how
scared.
much you didn't like seafood.
right,
You know?
you were like, no, you're being
What's
nice.
the
You're
level
like,
of hatred here?
Yeah, and she's pretty strong because
Yeah.
I've tried to be like, oh, like have my salmon, whatever.
Oh,
I
salmon,
don't
no.
push. No, but that's like, see, that's like jumping to level 10. The other level 10 that she jumped to with seafood is she went out one time and had escargot. I was like, I feel like that
Oh,
is
yeah.
like, I mean, I don't even
Did
know if
you
that's
like
seafood.
that?
That's just extreme eating. Like,
I know. That was really interesting. I was sitting at Balthazar. I was at the bars with Shannon Ford, and, you know, she's just Shannon
she's
Ford.
a vibe. Yeah.
she was a vibe.
I know.
And it was actually, they put it on bread. So it was, I think I liked that better than the caviar, but I wouldn't have either, ever. Like,
I'm proud of you. This is
Thank
really big
you.
developments. I didn't know you had that. I saw the photos of the caviar. I was like, oh, how fun, you know.
Yeah.
I was like,
but
yeah.
Danielle didn't do it.
No,
Yeah.
of course not.
No, it was fun. We went to this restaurant. And we went to the Wreck 'Em Week Off event after.
fun.
Brooke was in the Hamptons.
I was.
She was
in the
invited.
Hamptons. I know. Well, I was supposed to go to Canada. Then
I
my
know you
flight
do
got
need to like talk about that
canceled.
really quick because we talked about it last week.
That
Yeah,
I
you
was
were going.
supposed. I was fully prepped going to Canada. I was like, I'm gonna have a fun like Canadian.
Wholesome weekend.
You've been to Canada.
Mhm.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I love it.
I'm obsessed. Like
Yeah.
I went to Toronto earlier this year. I was like, I don't know. I found this like infatuation with Canadian culture. I was just like, I love it here. Planned this trip to Montreal and all my flights got canceled. I was like,
Oh,
okay,
no.
well,
Yeah,
it's
flights
like
are tough right now.
Yeah, it was like thunderstorming and stuff in New York.
Some
and
hurricane.
really-
I'm still a little confused about this hurricane everyone's talking about.
Oh,
That's,
I
like,
have
near New York? I don't
rumors
know.
about- yeah, I know. So it wasn't meant to be. I was like, I
Yeah.
could completely reroute and like go for 24 hours. I was like, what's the?
Yeah, so
fucking
then you
point?
had to go to the Hamptons.
It was really
Boo.
hard. I know. It's
Oh,
really
so
hard. I was forced to go shopping. It sucked.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, that was because you said you were like, I already have my suitcase packed.
I had my suitcase packed. My door was locked. I like showed up like in my like with my car like ready to like park it for the weekend. And I was like, all right,
We're going.
I'm
somewhere.
going somewhere. Like I'm doing something.
I would have done
Yeah.
the exact same thing. Like
Yeah.
you've already like canceled your plans in the city. Like you're
Yep.
going.
Yeah.
You're going.
I like tied up my loose ends. It was like
Yeah.
Brooke's out of town for the weekend.
Locked
you know?
up the door.
Yeah,
like
you get it.
watered the plants. Like
Yes.
everything was ready to. I knew exactly what you mean.
Yep. And once you set your mind to that, you're like, nah, I'm just not gonna be here.
No,
yeah.
that's nice.
Yeah. But it seems like you guys. We'll get into the Fashion Week stuff.
Yeah, yeah. So Morgan did her homework and she prepared a favorite and rack of the week. So we're gonna start with our current favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brooke, do you want to start us off?
Sure. Okay, so my favorite. I don't know if this is just a me problem. I recently discovered that sunscreens break me out. I finally made the connection. I love glow screen, but I think that was like the culprit of my skin issues for like many, many months on end. So I've switched to just a generic because I want to be good with my skincare.
Yeah.
So I've switched to the Elta MD. You've heard of this brand, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I have thoughts on this.
Oh, you
I do
don't.
too.
Oh, why? Because it has flashback.
No, I recently discovered that the glow screen was breaking me out too, and I got sent LTMD NPR.
Yeah.
And so I started using it, and it has helped.
That-
So that's so interesting.
I've
Are
made
your
this
thoughts
connection.
Similar?
There's one ingredient in the LTMD though that is comedogenic. That'll break you out.
So that's not the best
So maybe
either
it's just
then?
sunscreens in general. Sunscreens in general.
It's
is
so hard. It's
Yeah.
so hard because especially you want to find one that works, doesn't have flashback. Like when you take, you know,
You're like,
you
what
look like
flashback, Mary?
I had a I
We
like
have
went on a
that,
trip one
yeah.
time and I like every picture I looked like a ghost because like you know like underneath the makeup was the sunscreen.
Yeah. Have you tried that website? It's called acneclinicnyc.com.
No.
And it has a thing on the website where you can like copy the ingredients that's in a makeup product or skincare product, you paste it in, and it'll tell you if there are comedogenic ingredients in it.
Genius. Yeah.
I'm super acne prone, so like
Okay.
I have to like stick to like a very simple skincare routine. Like I've been using the same foundation for years because it's the only one that doesn't break me out. But I would use that for
Wow.
for
Wow,
your
thank
stuff.
Oh, I'm so
Yeah.
in. I love
We're
that.
in.
Have you tried the Summer Fridays shade
I
drops?
have.
That
one-
stuff's actually good.
It is.
That's the only sunscreen that doesn't break me out.
Okay. Okay.
I think I just need to try to use it consistently because then I was like, then I went to Glow Screen and then I was like, all right, I'm gonna try. Everyone talks about this brand, so I like it though. It has a pump, which I really like.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
do the tinted one or the
No, non-tinted. I
Okay.
think it's the clear face sunscreen SPF 46. And I just honestly, this is so bad because I know you're supposed to use sunscreen every day. I stopped using it for a week and my skin cleared up and I was like, so it's the damn Glow Screen.
I
Like that was the
know.
culprit. Sometimes you have to like remove steps to realize what's the problem.
Yeah, that's what people
I
do
don't-
for like allergies and stuff,
Yeah,
right? They do
you're
like
so
that.
right.
What's it? So the something diet where you remove like 30 things from
Yes.
your like 30
Yes.
foods,
And you
it's, like,
progressively add them
miserable.
back in.
Mhm.
You're like, I can have gluten again. Like,
yeah,
you know, like,
okay, I
yeah.
can use sunscreen again. No, that's literally what you did.
Yeah, no, I
I'm
did it.
happy
I'm
for
a
you.
scientist actually. Like I'm
Yeah.
in the lab. I'm like,
In
it
the lab.
must be the
Yeah.
ingredient.
That's funny. Well, that's
Okay.
exciting. That's so funny that we had similar journeys in that.
Yeah, that is. Okay.
But I still will use Glow Screen sometimes because it just looks.
it
so
looks
good.
the best underneath is
It
the
looks
problem.
so
Yeah.
good.
It does.
So Morgan, do you not use
Yeah, wait, what do you use?
Wait, the what's the name of? I'm gonna pronounce it wrong.
Comedogenic.
Comedogenic.
Yeah. So comedogenic means
Okay.
it's like pore clogging.
So you use
Okay.
everything you use cannot have that in it.
Yeah.
That.
That
You're like, I don't
know.
want
I'm
to say
like
it.
the word is
No,
confusing.
it sounds like comedian. Like
Yeah. All my products have to be like non-comedogenic, so non-pore clogging. But I would look up that website. It's really helpful.
Acne Skin Clinic NYC.
Yes.
Does it have to do with like clean beauty kind of, or no? It's completely separate.
Not clean beauty.
Okay.
Totally separate.
Okay, I'm gonna.
I
Have
don't really
to look
believe
that
in
up.
like clean beauty. But that's a
It's
whole
hard.
other.
That's a
Yeah,
whole other
yeah, it's another
podcast.
podcast. Okay, do you want to say your favorite, Morgan?
Yes. So I'm super into, well, I've always been a heels girl, like probably since I was a freshman in high school. I've always worn something with a heel until like the last 2 months. I've started venturing into like ballet flats and loafers. And so I just got like 4 different pairs of ballet flats for fall that I'm really excited for.
That's exciting. I see you have
Yeah.
loafers on right now.
I do have
Yes.
loafers on. These are from LaRude. I love them.
So
I just got
cute.
some Prada loafers too, which
Ooh.
was like on my wish list for a very long time.
Yeah,
Are
And
they
they're actually
comfy?
comfortable.
I was
Oh,
going
good.
to say.
I just got the black ones. I almost got the white ones, but I thought that would be a dumb idea because I
think
don't think they
black-
would last super long.
No. And
But they
it's-
were really cute. But I know
know.
I'd ruin them.
If you wear the black a lot, then you
Yeah.
can get the white later.
I know. I know.
That's how I
The
do.
devil on your shoulder.
Oh yeah, I'm right here at any time you need me. Any design. That's how we. If like I want to make a designer purchase, Brooke's like, oh, I'll come. Like,
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
we need the serotonin from
Yeah,
each
we're
other.
like,
Yes.
convince me. Like, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
more
fun.
exciting when you have someone to share the experience with.
Yeah. Do
Completely.
you find so? What's your height? Because we're standing next to Brooke. And
I feel like a massive mega giant.
No,
next
that's
to
not
these
why I
two.
said that. By the way, I realized you were similar to my height today.
I think I'm 5'6".
Okay.
Oh,
no,
maybe it's because I'm in a
5'3".
heel right now. Okay, because I'm 5'7", so maybe
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
that.
You have a
It's
I
a
have,
big
like, a
heel.
little
It's a
heel,
little,
yeah.
yeah.
So, well, because I am obsessed with ballet flats right now. I love the look. Every single time I put them on, I feel weird.
You feel
'cause
short?
I'm short.
Oh.
So
It's
how are you
something-
styling them?
I know what you. It's something about like the calf showing. Like I don't know how
Yeah,
to
and
describe it. Like you have to.
vulnerable
Like it
and-
has. To, I feel like with something like.
Do you do like the socks? Like I like the socks with the loafers.
Yeah, I like the socks with the loafers. For ballet flats specifically, I actually really like the look of them with jeans.
Yeah.
I think like the
Okay.
little, like I just got silver ones from DSW.
Cute.
And I think with like dark wash jeans with the little ballet flap poking out underneath,
Oh,
like
that's
I think they're
cute.
really cute. But the jeans have to be long, so it's just so
Yeah,
you can see like the toe
bunches.
poking out,
Okay, I'll
not
try
like
that.
an ankle length jean.
I know what you mean, because then it's like that weird
Full-length
skin.
one.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's giving like 2014.
I don't-
Yeah, like with the
I don't want
striped
anyone to see
t-shirt.
the
Like it's kind
ankles.
yes.
No.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite, Danielle?
My favorite, of course, I'm not wearing it today, is silver jewelry and hardware. I've always only worn gold ever, and recently I just find like I have certain shoes that are silver, or there's like a bag that's silver, and I'm like, okay, I do like mixing metals, I do, but I've been leaning into silver a little bit more recently, and it's been very fun. It's just a new world. Like I've just gotten a couple silver things because I have these silver. They look like the YSL silver heels, but they're not. They're from a different brand. And I'm like, okay, I need to wear silver with that. So I've gotten like some silver earrings and silver bangles, and it's been really fun. It's been a great journey.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Yes, you did
Thank
great.
you.
You're
It's
doing
just-
great.
It's just fun. Like, you know, when you wear like a leather jacket and you're like, okay, it's got all the silver hardware, but I still usually wear
Yep.
gold. It's fun to switch it up and add some silver hoops and
I do like the silver.
Yeah.
Silver's having a moment right now.
maybe that's what it is. I'm such a trend
Yes.
follower.
No, but because I
Worst.
feel like the chrome is having having a moment too.
Yeah,
Like, so that's kind of
true.
like I know what you're talking. Not chrome, but like the metallic. Like you have the bag. You got a
Yeah.
new Coach bag. That's
Yeah,
that.
yeah, it's like that. And so when I have
Yes.
that bag, I'm like, okay, I need to wear silver ear. I don't know.
Yes,
You don't
I feel
need
that.
to, but it's,
No, because then people are like mix your metals. You know.
Yeah. Oh, and I'm into mixing metals.
I
Yeah.
do love
Don't get me
mixed
wrong.
metals. Like if I
Yeah.
see a girl on the street who has just like a banging mixed metals look, I'm like, you're a
Yes.
cool ass bitch.
No, it's like you
because I
gotta
feel like a lot
rock
of
it.
people don't do it.
Mm-mm.
No.
Something a lot of people have been doing. Now that I said this, you guys are going to notice it. I promise. So you know those like Bottega earrings, like
Yeah.
the drop earrings. So people are wearing like that style. They're wearing one silver, one gold.
Stop.
Mm.
Really?
I've seen 3 people do it, including some very fashionable friends. So
I
it's
kinda
a thing.
like that.
I know. It actually looked really cool at first. I was like, oh, I think like
No. Did you say something?
I was like, oh my gosh, silver gold. She's like, no, it's like a thing. I was like, oh. And then she was right. I did see it a lot more. And she works at like a fashion company, and then Kellyanne does it. So I'm like, okay, like it's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
No, I believe you. I feel like you always bring the trend. Like you'll say something, and I'm like, I don't believe you, and then
And
like
then
I
you
see
see
it
it.
2 weeks later.
I'm the trend forecaster for gals in the go.
Resident trend forecaster.
No, you guys are gonna text me in a week. Given with all these events happening
Yeah.
tonight.
I know.
You
I'm
guys
gonna
go to
keep
your
my eye
events.
out.
Take a
Okay,
look. Keep
yeah.
an eye out.
Yeah. Well, you're a gold
Selena.
girl. I see all your gold right now.
Yes,
Or you
I
swap?
am a gold girl, but I just started getting into silver.
See?
Nice.
Yeah.
I made a critical mistake when it was like time to start like buying nice things, and I did rose gold, and I'm still transitioning out because I bought like my first big purchases for myself were like I got like the Cartier rings, rose gold. What the fuck was I thinking? Like I'm
Really?
so upset with myself.
But when you do like mixed metals with rose gold, then it looks fine.
True.
But then I feel like with rose gold, I kind of have to do like rose gold, gold, and silver to like kind of
Yeah, I
make
was
it.
gonna say if you stacked like all 3 of
It's-
those, I think that would be.
That would be
pretty.
epic.
Yeah,
I think
it
it'd be
could
really
work.
cute.
It could work. Thank you. You're
So you
making
only
me
have
feel
to get
better.
2 more Cartier rings.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't
No,
worry.
I know. I was like, oh my God, I'm so cool. I'm doing this. And then when it was time for me to buy the second one, I had already started to regret it, but I was already in too deep. You know, like I was like, oh, I've already committed to the
Yeah.
bit.
I didn't even realize you had it.
Yes. Well, this one that I wear every day
Not
is.
that one.
But then I have 2 Cartier, but they're just rose gold. And I'm like, then I'm committing to a full. I actually think rose gold, I will say, is like a really flattering metal on
Oh,
like
of
skin
course,
tone.
yeah.
But it just isn't like a universal metal in the way of like gold. You can go to any store and buy like gold earrings, you know? Like
Yeah.
they have it. I don't know.
No, I agree.
My problems.
No, and you wear a lot of pink, so it kind of like works.
Yeah.
Work it, girl.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, we all did our favorite. Yes.
Yeah. No, we'll do
Okay,
rec.
let's start with our rec of the week.
Okay. Another thing about me is I don't watch a lot of movies. I watch a lot of TV, not a lot of movies. So I'm starting to backlog and watch all the classic like rom-coms.
Oh, you are watching movies.
Yes, I have decided instead of TV like at home I'll like throw on a movie,
Yeah.
which feels wrong.
It's cozy though on like a rainy day.
Will you throw on like TV movies?
I'm a movie. I watch like a disgusting amount of TV and movies.
Really?
Yeah.
And you'll just put it on like when you're home by yourself, like throw it on in the background, or do you have to be fully paying attention?
I'm usually fully paying attention. It's like my
Yeah.
time to like get the fuck off my phone.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, movies. I'm not on my phone as much as like TV. I'll be on my phone.
Yeah.
More. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, so what did you watch?
Because it played at the dry bar, and then I went home and finished it. Sweet Home Alabama with Reese Witherspoon and Patrick Dempsey.
Oh,
It's-
Patrick Dempsey is
Yeah.
handsome.
The plot line, it's like she marries the mayor of New York's son, and then she goes back to Alabama. She finds out she's accidentally married to someone at home, like, or not accidentally, like it's a cute movie.
I actually
So.
haven't watched it.
What's your favorite like rom-com, both of you? Well, I know Danielle's, but you can say yours.
Sorry, we're together too.
Yeah,
What's
I
yours?
read her mind.
My favorite rom-com is my favorite movie. It's The Other Woman with Cameron Diaz,
Oh,
Kate
okay.
Upton, and Leslie Mann. It's so good.
Yeah.
I don't watch.
Oh, you watch like
Are you
refined
like
movies.
thriller, action, cool
I'm
girl?
a horror movie.
Really?
Yeah. It's like all I watch.
first.
I know.
god.
I know my aesthetic doesn't really match
Wow.
that, but yeah, I pretty much like
Horror movies.
exclusively watch horror movies.
Exclusive.
And,
My
like,
anxiety.
I
I could
thrillers.
never.
Well, I love them. It's because, like I was saying, like it's my time to get off my phone. Like I want to be stressed out and like fully. It's like a coping mechanism. I swear.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I respect that. So like what is like Scream? Like Scream what are they on like Scream
Scream,
8? Like
Conjuring.
yeah.
Yeah, I like Scream. I like Conjuring. I
Okay.
like Korean horror movies.
Wow.
Or any sort of like murder things. Like right now, I'm watching a show called The Snow Girl. That's like a Spanish show. about this girl who got kidnapped. Like,
Wow.
I like
Oh,
kind
you
of
are so
stuff like
cool.
that.
You
I
are
like
so
kind of like
cool.
dark
That
content.
is-
That one's actually really good if you like stuff
I like stuff
that.
like that, like Taken and those
Yeah.
like Gone Girl.
Oh, you would like Snow Girl then.
Okay.
It's really good.
I
I
can't
like,
do
like-
horror though. Do you like?
Not horror, but I read thriller. Like
Yeah.
I like a thriller book, but for some reason I don't do murder mystery podcasts either. Do you?
Oh yeah.
Okay. What are your
Oh, yeah.
favorite? What are the big ones these days?
My favorite one is Sword and Scale, which I actually feel like a lot of people don't know
haven't
about.
heard
Like
of
everyone
it.
talks about like My Favorite Murder and Crime Junkie. I had a Crime Junkie phase, but I think Sword and Scale is the best one I've listened to by far. It's really dark. But the host for it is super. No, you would love it. The host for it is like really offensive and kind of snarky, but like
Yeah.
he is very unapologetically him. And they also pull like 911 calls and like recordings from interrogations, which a lot of other shows don't do or don't do very well. So I've binged that one pretty seriously in the last like 2 years. I've listened to every single episode.
You are throwing me off through all sorts of loops today in a good way. I thought I knew everything about Morgan.
Yeah,
I,
get that in the deep
clearly
dive.
missed.
I know. I don't think I've really talked about it much except on maybe like one other podcast.
That's really cool.
I love it.
I was gonna say my favorite rom-com is 27 Dresses.
We didn't ask you.
That's okay. I had my answer prepared.
You're like, I'm ready. That's a fabulous movie.
It's so good. It's so
It's so
wholesome. Yeah, it's like, throw in the background movies.
Much
Yeah.
more lighthearted.
Yeah.
Maybe
yeah.
I should start doing that.
It's good. It's just, maybe to even out, like after
Yeah,
horror, then we can
yeah.
do that,
It's
but-
good, like feel good stuff.
Totally.
You know?
So
All right.
what's your recommendation of the week?
I've been binging this podcast. I talked about this on my Instagram a few times.
I know
Celebrity Memoir Book Club.
Oh, you did talk about this. You were talking
I talk about a lot of
podcasts.
podcasts on my
Okay.
Instagram. Like I'm like a hardcore podcast listener, but this one I discovered a couple weeks ago when I was moving into a new apartment. So I basically listened to like 30 episodes over the span of 4 days because I was just standing there unpacking all my stuff.
In LA.
And in
You're
LA,
moving.
yeah.
Okay.
And have you guys listened to it?
I've seen the clips on TikTok.
I
know that's
clicked
not
on it
really
after you
listening.
posted about it, and I favorited it, and I was trying to find one that I would want to listen to, so I haven't decided which one.
Yeah, I can send you some of my
Okay, yeah.
favorites.
But to be clear, you don't have to read the book. They kind of
No,
give the
you don't.
synopsis?
That's the whole point.
Love
Is you
that.
don't have to
Okay.
read the book.
Nice.
A lot of them, I would say that they're not big fans of the books. Like they're kind of like poking fun at how most celebrity memoirs are like quite
Gotcha.
awful, actually.
Okay.
But they make me burst out loud, like cry
Really?
laughing when I'm listening to
Oh.
it. And I don't think I've ever been able to find a podcast that I found that funny. And so I've been binging that one. They do like A-list celebrities, they do like D-list celebrities, they do some influencers,
Oh, boy.
and I honestly want to write a memoir just so I can listen to them roast me.
I think that's a
I
cool
think they're
goal.
so funny. So
Yeah, that's great.
That's a fave right now.
I was watching one of your vlogs the other day, or yesterday, and I loved how you were listening to a podcast, you're like sitting on the Highland, you put the podcast in it.
Yeah.
That was so cool.
Thank
I just
you.
wanted to
Very
shout
cool.
out. She has the best YouTube vlogs, you guys.
Oh,
like they're
thank
I know,
so
go
good. And you
binge.
edit them?
I edit them all.
They're
yeah.
so well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, and YouTube's rewarding you because they came up as recommended on mine, and
Oh, they are
and
rewarding
they
you.
got me. That's how they got me.
Yeah.
Like a few weeks ago, it was like, oh, recommended. Like it was like one of
Okay.
your like the tennis like something open vlog, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I mean like if YouTube thinks I should watch it, like I will.
I will.
And they were correct.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love YouTube. You guys are like OG YouTube girlies. I'm
love
still kind of new to
YouTube.
it, but I'm really loving it.
I
so
like how
far.
you're leaning in though, and like awesome thumbnail, like
Yes.
everything.
Thank
You're
you.
crushing it.
Thank
We
you.
love having more people joining YouTube. You know,
Yeah.
it's exciting for us. So my rec of the week is a playlist. Surprise, surprise. I am obsessed. I think I recommend one of these every week. I'm
Yeah.
obsessed with these playlists Spotify creates for you. Are you Spotify or Apple Music?
Spotify.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm
No,
meeting a lot of.
Is anyone on Apple Music still?
Yes.
That's what my boyfriend
What?
uses, and it's a problem.
No.
Yeah, I send him songs, and he's like, can't listen. I'm like,
Oh my God.
get it. Like, I don't know what to tell you. It's a
No.
problem. Yeah.
Red flag, Brooke. No, I'm kidding.
Honestly, though, but then he sells me on it because we're like in the car, and he'll be like, I'll be doing stuff. I feel like some elements are better of Apple. Like, I see why people use it, but
Okay.
Spotify's better for like friends and family, like sharing.
Yeah.
More like, here's my playlist. But I think Apple Music's curation is
They do.
better.
I
They do a
know.
really good job.
They have good curations, but
yes,
I'm here
okay.
to tell
so-
I know. I'm like, I can't say that because I love Spotify's curated too. I just love, and I'm sure Apple does the same thing. Like they really take into account the music you listen to. So they have all these. I think I've talked about it in one of the episodes. They have an anti-anxiety mix for me. So it's like that's for me. So it's
That's
like Lord
crazy.
Huron, Monsters and Men, you know, like that vibe of music, because that's what I listen to, and it mixes in like hertz frequencies.
Wait, how did you find this? You just
I'm just like anxiety, and it shows up. Like I'll just look up a word of what I'm feeling that day.
Funny story.
Yeah, how I look up like sleep. Is that what you're
Dinner.
talking about? Dinner. Oh yeah. Long story short, one time we were at dinner for Brooke's birthday, and Ryan, my boyfriend, was on aux, and so I was like, hey, just play something. He's like, what should I play? I was like, just something for like a dinner or whatever. He looks up dinner.
I mean, he probably found a good playlist for
it was
though.
Ryan's dinner mix.
Yeah, it was.
Cute.
And we were like, what is this? And he was like, dinner. Like,
Yeah. Oh, you literally took it so literally. But I think after that night, I discovered that you could just do that. So anyways, there's a playlist I've been listening to nonstop during like fashion week and stuff, just when I'm trying to get into a good mood. It's called Good Mood Mix. So there's one
Wow.
for you, there's one for you. And if you go on there, it's music you're like, oh, I have been listening to all of this recently. But then some infused in between of music you don't know.
Ah, okay.
I'm obsessed. So
They have good like AI or something. 'Cause
Yeah, they have great.
the like DJ AI thing
Yeah.
that they have now, and then that.
Mhm.
How are they? Like, it's that specific per person. That's insane.
I'm obsessed.
Interesting.
I'm like, get all the information you need about me. Make amazing music.
Take my data, please.
Take my data.
Wait, random question, but what do you guys predict is going to be your most listened to song on Spotify for this year?
Ooh.
Because Raps is coming up in a couple months.
Wow, that's
God,
a
I
great
can't
Can
question.
you predict like what song you think?
I can
I-
predict artists for sure.
I know
if
for
you
sure
do
mine
it.
because I've listened to it I think 50 times coming home from music festival. I found this song.
What
from,
is it?
It's so niche from Gorgon City. It's like a EDM whatever, and I listened to it on the way home. I think I can count like literally 50 times just on a loop. I'm like that though. Will you
No,
guys
yeah.
listen to songs on a loop or no? You're
Yes.
like
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
What's yours, Morgan?
Hyperfixation. Okay. This is like not even usually the kind of music I listen to, but the song Lie by Nessa Barrett.
I
Ah.
don't even listen.
Obsessed with.
Alive?
Lie.
Lie. L-I-V.
I think it's so beautiful. I've listened to it. I think she released it like a month ago, and I already feel like, oh my god, that's gonna be my #1 song on Spotify this year.
It's a fun like prediction to make.
Yeah.
It could be a TikTok. I'm Morgan, and I think my top song is gonna be. You
I
know,
know.
like
Yeah.
I'm Brooke. I think
Or
Yeah, that
Kill
is
Bill
fun.
by SZA. I listened to that a
Mm.
disgusting
Oh.
amount of times when it came out.
disgusting. No, she's amazing. Okay, that's a fun
Yeah.
question. Mine would probably be either New Romantics by Taylor Swift, because I recently discovered like the name of that song, because I always knew it but I didn't know the name, or Summer Games by Drake.
Great song. Yeah. Well, so will you literally finish a song and then like be like, that was so good, I gotta play it again, or like you have to take a break?
I hyperfixate. I put it on
Me
the little like
too.
loop thing on Spotify, and it will just play again and again.
Oh,
My boyfriend
yeah.
will call from the bedroom like, "Are you okay?
Like,
You
you
can
know
play the
it's
same
playing.
song for an hour."
I'll
You're
let
like,
it
"It's
go
so good. Yeah.
like 3 times, and then I change it, I think. But
Okay.
that's cool that you guys do that.
Or I'll do like the same 3 songs. Like I'll have like a, I'll go to the bottom of my playlist and I'll be
Yeah.
like, the most recent 5 are so good.
Yeah,
Like that
I know
kind
what you mean. Yeah, like a few like that you need to just keep having. I like
Yeah.
that. I mean, if it puts you in a good mood, why be like, I have to listen to other songs? Like that's what makes you happy.
Yeah.
No,
So.
I feel that. That's why it's hard for me sometimes to find new music because I'm just like, wow, my taste is so good. I already have
So
everything I
good.
need. Like,
No, I actually feel you on that. Wow. Okay. Amazing. That I could talk about music forever.
I know it's a good combo.
But we won't.
This podcast is sponsored by Squarespace. I absolutely love Squarespace. I know Brooke does too. That's actually how we built our galsinthego.podcast.com website, was through Squarespace. So we're very big fans. There's just so many amazing features with it. So you can actually sell your products on an online store, whether you sell physical, digital, or service products. Squarespace has the tools you need to start selling online, which is really nice. We also like the analytics of it all, so you can actually use the insights that you get from Squarespace to grow your business. You can learn where your site visits and sales are coming from and analyze which channels are the most effective. It also allows you to improve your website and kind of build a marketing strategy based on, the top keywords or the most popular products and content. There's just so many amazing things with it. Also, I mean, if you're doing something that requires appointments, you can accept appointments on your Squarespace website. You can do email campaigns and drive sales and engage your audience with the Squarespace email campaigns feature. There is just so much to go around. I mean, you can't get much better than that. Head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/gals to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Highly suggest going and check it out. Use the code GALS for that 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. So excited to be working with Squarespace, as always.
So I think we need to get a little more into kind of your background, just so people know. I know it's like kind of boring, but I don't think it's boring. I think everything about you is amazing. So You went to school here in New York, right?
Yeah,
So
I
can we
went
start
to
there with
I went to Wagner College on Staten Island. So I took a ferry. That's how you get like into Manhattan, is you take like this 25-minute ferry from Staten Island in and out.
So fun.
I wouldn't say Staten Island's like the most interesting place in the world, besides the fact that Pete Davidson and BB Rex are both from there. But yeah, it was a great college experience. I majored in English literature, so I studied like Shakespeare and stuff.
Wow.
Did a bunch of internships in the city. Loved it here. Still love it here. That's why I come back every summer, because most of my college friends still live here.
I have to admit something.
Oh,
Yesterday,
scared.
because we were like not doing research, but we were like taking notes for the podcast today, and so I went to search your name to watch your YouTube channel, and there's a Wagner College has like a YouTube video.
Yeah.
Like, it was so cute. They like you were like you said you like had 7 internships or something.
Yeah,
Were
I
you an
did it.
active student when you made it?
It was
Yeah,
they
yeah,
did like
it
a
was-
highlight on Morgan.
Oh, that's
They
so
did.
cute.
I was
It's
their
like-
star student that year.
It was so
Yeah,
cute.
I was a psycho. I did 8 internships. I did an internship every single semester from like the start when I was a freshman. I loved it. I just loved working. Like, I loved being in the city. I loved being in this like hustle and bustle, and like, you know, I was 18 years old walking around with my little bag and my heels
love
like
it.
into the office every day. I loved it. That video. So I got my New York real estate license when I was 19.
What?
Yeah.
I did not. I thought that I did all my research.
I know. I just watched this one video. I got
Yeah.
it on Compass, right?
At Compass, yeah. And this is
Take
when
that.
Compass was
I'm
like
kidding.
booming. It was so cool. I loved it. I loved doing real estate. I loved meeting people. I like sold and rented apartments in Manhattan pretty much my entire junior year of college.
so fun.
And made bank, like made
Wow.
way more money than any junior in college should be making, and it was super fun. And
That and school.
So you did that simultaneously.
I did that while I was in school.
Because normally people like aren't in school and they'll do that. So that's
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah, it was a lot. Wow. I was crazy. Now looking back, I'm like, I don't know how I had. Well, also I was like 19 years old, so you have endless amounts of energy.
Totally.
But looking back,
Feel
I'm like,
that.
there's no way I could do that again.
Yeah.
But it was cool. I'm glad I did. I got the experience.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. So you lived in the city for a while. Yeah, you were saying. Can we say where you told me where you used to live?
Yeah,
Above Carbone.
above
right?
Carbone.
So funny. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
such a poppin' street.
Yes, that was the worst apartment.
Oh, you're like, yeah,
ever
so-
though. It was horrible.
How
It was
many-
infested with cockroaches
Ooh,
and
yeah.
mice. My roommate tried to Airbnb out their bedroom while I was still living in the bedroom.
We hate to hear that.
Yeah.
I would
it
not be
was
thrilled about that.
How did that conversation go?
terrible. I was like, are you insane? Like, are you insane? That was horrible. I moved out of that place early, and I never went to Carbone because at the time I was living in it, I could not afford Carbone.
Yeah,
so,
no.
I thought you
Never
were gonna say
went.
because you were triggered from like
I've been
living in
since.
that association. Of,
well,
like-
yes, that as well, and also like I was on the 5th floor of a walk-up.
Mhm.
If you're in the 5th floor of a walk-up and it's infested with cockroaches, the 1st floor of that building
Oh,
has
so
to
many.
be
Yeah.
heinous.
No,
Like,
that's so true.
so that
Mhm.
always freaked me out a little bit about eating at Carbone.
yeah.
Sorry, Mario. Hate to.
No. I mean,
Plug you there, but-
you've been since, I'm sure.
I have. It's delicious. Spicy rigatoni. Love it.
Yeah,
I just try
no.
to not think about the.
Yeah,
the
no,
Yeah, of
fact.
course.
Totally. No, that's so fun. So then from there, did you move to LA?
Then I moved back to Minnesota for a year. I worked at an apparel company. It was actually like the coolest possible job I could have gotten out of company. It's a company called Love Your Melon, and they give 50% of profits.
the hats.
The hats, yeah.
Mhm.
To fighting pediatric cancer.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
so
I
great.
was their media director. I was like the spokesperson for that company and did all of their like PR.
Very impressive.
Yeah, it was super fun. Like, really great company, great mission. But the best part about that company was I was like in hospitals working with kids every day, because that was the like big mission of the company. So then when COVID hit, no one could go into hospitals. Not even parents could go into hospitals.
Right.
And so kind of like the best part about that job vanished in like pretty much immediately. And it was really stressful, like with all the kids and stuff. So then I moved to LA, like pretty much right when COVID started.
Yeah. Were you like at that time wanted to try something new because you liked New York, but like you were like ready to try
Well,
something new, or
At that time, I was actually planning to move back to New York, but New York was like ground zero for COVID. Like, it was bad here. And like if you look back on media outlets during that time, it's
Yeah.
like New York is over. New York
Yeah.
is never going to be the same. So that kind of scared me into moving back to the city. But with LA, I was like, well, at least the beaches are open there.
Yeah,
and then
totally.
I moved there, and then 2 weeks later, they closed the beaches.
Right.
So,
yeah.
but
What
yeah,
would you
it worked
say
out.
differences between? I mean, we know the difference between LA and New York, but what would you say like primarily? I mean, because you've lived, I guess, like really in both and like really
Yeah.
experienced both. pros and cons kind of like of each or
I
feelings?
really prefer New York because I'm the type of person that like I love to be around people. Not even necessarily like I love doing things on my own. I'll go out to eat by myself, I'll go on walks by myself, I'll go shopping by myself, but I love just being around people. One thing that I don't love about LA is it's so isolating, especially in like the type of job we work in where like we're mostly just doing things on our own. Sometimes when I'm in LA, there's like 4 days that go by without me seeing a single human if I'm not actively making plans with people. Like I live in a very residential area. It's quite isolating. I love here, like every single morning, I wake up in the morning, put on my shoes and go on a walk in my pajamas just to like get outside, get some sunlight. Before I even check my phone, like I just get outdoors and I love just like being out and around people. I don't get to do that in LA, which is probably my least favorite part about it.
Yeah, it's more like residential, I guess, like, right? Like,
yeah. And it's
We're
just
not
much more, if you want to like go
suburban,
do
what
anything,
do
you
we
have to
call
get
it?
in your car by yourself, you know?
yeah.
I do miss my car though, like driving around.
Driving is
Are you a
nice.
beach person? Like you like being near
Nope.
the beach? Oh, really?
Nope. I like the
okay.
city.
Okay.
I've been to the beach like twice in 3 years in LA.
Oh,
The
wow.
beach in California is different to me. Like I'm from Florida, so the Florida beaches, they're very beachable. Like you can literally, like, it's very easy. Whereas LA beaches, they're very cold, big waves, right? You have to walk really far to get to the water.
Yeah, I don't beach.
Yeah.
I don't hike.
I relate to
Really?
you on these things. Yeah.
I mean, I don't either. But I was just
No, I
like, I feel
completely
like it's
agree.
so LA to like
know.
go for a
Yeah.
hike with your
Yeah.
friend.
Yeah, I would not describe myself as an outdoorsy.
I'll do like Runyon, but that's like the influencer hike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
yeah.
Revolve hike.
Yeah,
You're
that's a
so
revolve
right.
hike.
I feel like it's not like a walk, not even really a hike. I mean, it's definitely like an incline,
Yeah.
but I'm like, this is a like hike. I picture like literally like scaling things and like, you know, you gotta
It's a
get on your
photo op.
knees. And, yeah.
Let's be real.
It's a photo op at sunset, you know.
Yeah, it
whatever.
is. We've all done it.
So I only bring this up because I feel like it's part of the story.
Yeah.
So then you meet your boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
How did you guys meet?
On Raya.
Oh,
like
wow,
pretty
a
much-
success story
Yeah,
from
We
Ryan.
love a
I know, one
dating
of the
app.
rarities. Yeah, we met like pretty soon after I moved to LA. Within like a few months, he was like the second guy that I'd met on there, and relationship moved very quickly just because it was like a COVID relationship. We were spending
Totally.
so much time together.
You're in the incubator, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we moved
yeah.
in together after like a month. Wow, I know.
And it worked
Wow,
out,
that is
though.
really quick.
Yeah.
I just it took me a second for that to like hit.
Was your
but
lease up?
yeah.
Or like what? Or you just broke it?
I was just subletting. I was staying in like my
Oh,
friend's
so-
Yeah,
apartment,
totally.
So
So you're like, actually, this
Yeah.
works
yeah,
out
it was pretty
perfectly.
easy.
So his name's Taylor. He is a professional tennis player, right?
Mhm.
Okay, cool. So
Yeah.
that's also one of the reasons you were here in New York, because
Yes.
he was doing the U.S. Open.
US Open,
I
yeah.
mean, you said you always kind of come here in August, right? You do like a month in New York.
I do. Yeah, every summer I sublet. I have a friend who works in like finance. I don't know exactly what he does, but he does this like pilgrimage to Europe. He'll do like Mykonos and Ibiza.
Wow,
He's
It's
one
fun.
of those guys,
It's fun
you know,
here.
just
Yeah.
does this little adventure off to Europe. And he has this vacant apartment in Tribeca that's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
So I sublet that from him every summer, and it's
That's so
I like this
fun.
routine for you. That
yeah,
sounds
know.
it's
like
good.
a
It's a nice little break.
yeah.
I get a break from the tennis tour. I call it like my girl month. I come and just like hang out
Girl
with my girls. I go out far too much.
I know you like have been hitting the town. I'm impressed.
I'm so unwell right now. Like I need
No,
to
I
chill.
feel like every time I see you, you're like, oh, I was out late.
I
I'm
know.
like,
I haven't drank in 3 days. I'm really proud
You're
of
like, I'm doing
myself.
well. No, but you're like here for only a specific time, and New
Yep.
York's very
Exactly. The rest of
social
the
in
year,
that
I'm a
way.
grandma.
Yeah.
I do not go out the rest
Oh,
of the year. I don't
really?
even drink at all the rest of the year.
That's
Like,
impressive.
Yeah.
You can like adapt then, and like, because the other
Totally.
night when we were out, you guys were like ready to go. I was like, wow, that's amazing.
When you're on tour, will you drink then? Like when you go to matches and stuff? No.
not really.
Yeah.
No. I mean, sometimes I'll have like a Pims at Wimbledon or something, but besides that, like my boyfriend doesn't really drink when he's training and stuff. Like I'm not going
so it's
out.
easy to
Yeah.
if you're both not.
Yeah.
I
And I'm the
definitely
person
think
that
so.
like if I'm drinking, like I'm full sending it. I'm not gonna have like a casual drink at dinner.
I completely agree.
I am the
I'm
same
so on
way.
that. Yeah, I'm like I
I-
don't. I would just rather. I'm doing it or I'm not.
Yeah.
Like it's,
And then there's the drink pushers where they're like upset if you're not drinking. I'm like, but it like what is it
So
gonna do?
I'm
for
like,
you?
if you want me to drink right now, we're gonna stay out until 5 a.m. I just hope you
Yeah,
know you're
I'm
agreeing
either
to that
taking
right now.
shots or I'm not drinking at
Yeah,
all. That's
exactly,
kind of my vibe.
same.
yeah, there's
Zoom.
two different vibes. So you travel a lot. Well, with Gals on the Go. So I feel like
that's
this
why
is-
you're on the show.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like you're going place to place, like living out of, a suitcase sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But you still are really good about maintaining like a routine. You talked about your
Definitely.
morning walks, and I know you do Soul Cycle Berries. Like when you're here, like
Mm-hmm.
I guess in other like major cities, like they have that in like the UK, I guess too.
Yeah.
But like you said you're about to do Asia and stuff. So how will you maintain your routine there? Like I feel like with
Yeah, how do you like what are your go-to like travel things like just to stay alive and well?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's like I think something a lot of people get confused about is like, oh, you just like are on vacation all the time. Like at this point, it's not a vacation. It's just my life. And if I'm not doing those things like normal, like just taking care of myself, eating well, working out, going on walks, I feel like crap, especially because traveling is so hard on the body. And if I'm not in these good routines, then I just feel so like foggy brained and like jumbled all the time. So yeah, I go on a walk every single morning. Like I said, I put on my shoes and go on a walk in my pajamas pretty much no matter where I am. In Europe, they kind of give you weird looks because they don't like wear sweatpants out there. But I'm like, whatever. Everyone knows I'm American anyways. So I do that. I love ClassPass. So ClassPass is international.
Oh, wow.
And that has been huge for me. So it's pretty much all over Europe, Australia, the UK. Like you can go. They have berries everywhere now. So I use ClassPass pretty much everywhere because I love workout classes. If I'm somewhere like Shanghai where they're probably not going to have ClassPass, I'll just use the hotel gym. Usually, luckily because the tournaments provide the hotels for us, they usually have like pretty nice gyms. Yeah, because they're putting athletes in a,
totally,
you have to have a good one. And yeah, we generally try to eat well because my boyfriend's an athlete, obviously. So he's usually eating well, which makes it easier for me.
Yeah, I feel like that's really nice when your partner, whoever you're surrounding yourself with, is doing the similar lifestyle as you. Because I feel like otherwise it's like, oh, I would love those French fries over there. No, you can't have French fries, and there's such thing as balance. But I imagine that's actually really nice.
He eats worse than I do. Usually it's me being like, okay, no, let's order the salad, please. Come on. It's like that's pizza? No, salad.
No, we're training, babe.
Yeah,
we're both training.
It's like the ultimate accountability partner, like gym partner or whatever, but like to the extreme.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like girls are like, let's go to the gym together, and that's like, no, like we have to train. Yeah. It's serious.
No, I know. That's actually really nice. Are you like a 12-3-30 girl, or like what are you doing in the gym?
Usually lifting weights. Actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you follow like a specific program or?
So my boyfriend's coach's wife is an ex-bodybuilder.
Wow.
And so she travels with us full time as well. Oh, so great. She kind of personal trains me, and like she trains me so hard I can't walk for 3 days. But she's been absolutely amazing, so helpful. Her name's Lily.
Oh, that's nice. Hi, Lily.
So yeah, I work out with her. I do like 12-3-30. I'll do that sometimes, but usually I get my walk in like first thing in the morning.
True.
Yeah.
And then I'll do weightlifting later.
I see you have an Oura ring.
I do. Oh my god, I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah. Same.
I'm such a data person. Like I used to wake up in the morning and like check Instagram, and now I'm like, how many hours of sleep did I get last night?
Yes.
REM.
Do you notice the difference when you drink and don't drink? Like for me, it's
100%.
When I don't drink. When I do drink, it's like you are a piece of garbage.
Even if I have one glass of wine, my sleep is so much worse. But I'm like a hard sleeper. Like I slept 12 hours last 2 nights.
Whoa!
Wow. I'm an insane sleeper.
I'm up
with no melatonin. Nothing. Like you can just.
Oh no!
I took
raw dog 12 hours. Or?
I took ZQuil, and then I take these little cherry. I drug myself and pass out.
Yeah.
I take these little cherry bundy drinks that it's tart cherry juice with melatonin in it.
Oh, with melatonin.
Yeah, and I drink that in a wine glass every night before bed. So it's like a whole ritual.
I tried that once and I spilled it all over my computer, so I'm banned from cherry juice.
I remember that.
Yeah,
it was depressing.
So
I was actually gonna message you. You should try the cherry bundy because they're so good.
Can you just get it like at the
It's like
store?
These little plastic bottles,
and
I just pour it into a wine glass with ice.
Oh, I'm so sold on this.
Yeah.
I like a sleep tonic situation. I take like the Ollie melatonin like every night.
Yeah.
So good.
It's not too high of a dose though, because I've heard that like with the melatonin you have to be careful. Like if you do too,
yeah,
I do notice
you're low dosage.
Yeah, because otherwise you're like groggy the next day.
Yeah,
like I try to be careful with that. I love a ZQuil though.
I know. I just took a shot of it last night because I was like, I'm trying to recover right now.
That's good.
I'm in my recovery era.
Yeah.
For the next day, and then I'll probably go out again.
Do you find that if you sleep if you do like a long sleep like that, like will you be reset and like be ready to go then?
I felt so much better today, but I needed after the last week with Fashion Week craziness, I needed 2 full nights of 12-hour sleep to feel normal again.
Do you want to share Fashion Week?
I think that should be our last topic,
the last segment.
So you came for the month, and then you were like, all right, Fashion Week, you started to get some opportunities where you're like, all right, I'll stay. How has it been for you? Like being in the influencer culture, if you will.
Yeah, I know. It's so new. So I actually was here during Fashion Week last year, but I didn't have a following this time last year, so I didn't get invited to anything. So now to be here, like, I feel like I've heard a lot of people like complain about Fashion Week the last week. And like at events and stuff, just because I think it's like the easy thing for people to relate
It's something
about.
to talk about.
It's something to talk about. Is like to complain, and I'm sitting there listening to everyone. I'm like, do you guys understand how cool it is that we get? Like I was here last year, and I was like, damn, like that'd be so cool to like go to all these things that all these influencers that I follow are going to. I did go as a +1 to the Boohoo x Kourtney Kardashian.
Oh, we were there too.
Yeah, we were talking about this the
we
other
did.
day, and it
Yeah.
was such a mess. Like, it was so
Yeah.
sad.
No, it was.
They just had so many technical issues and stuff, but like literally that was the only thing that I was able to go to last year. So it's been so cool. I'm so grateful for like all of the events and shows that I've been able to go to. It's a pretty big change from where I was at a year ago.
So you're just like so grateful, and
I'm
I feel
sucking
like
it all in.
I feel like you guys both, like, the social battery is charged. Like, it must be. I feel like you
It's
guys are
been-
buzzing
yeah.
from place to place. Like,
I
you
think
know.
I don't know about you, but I went in with the mindset of like, we're doing this. Like the social battery is charged because normally like, oh, I'm so dead. But I think at least I went into it like, all right, you're gonna do this for the week and a half, and you're gonna be good to go. Okay.
I'm impressed. I feel like you guys are both like going to like multiple the changing in the car and stuff. Like,
know.
have you guys had to do that?
Yes.
Yeah.
It
Wait,
is
who
like
holds who holds the previous dress?
your team? We've had like our management with us.
so
She
you, like,
came to
people-
town, which
Yeah.
was really, really nice.
Oh, that's
and
really
they'll hold it
nice.
for
Like
you
our
and-
publicists have
Yeah.
come to most stuff.
Exactly. They
Oh,
like
that's
hold
so
stuff for you.
nice.
It's just very lovely.
Yeah.
I've
And
had
at the end of the
really
day,
fun.
it's work. Like,
Yeah.
yes, it's fun. It's fashion week or whatever. But like, really, at the end of the day, I'm like, whew, this is gonna be a long week of working our asses off because
Definitely.
it's just networking and you got to get the content and stuff.
Yeah, no, you're
Absolutely.
sorry. I feel that way with a lot of like, I think Danielle and I are starting to see things like branded events as that now, like as networking opportunities instead of like when we first would get invited, it was either like, oh, it's so cool to flex or like social hour or whatever. Now we're like, no, let's go in, let's talk to the people that actually like matter at this
Yeah.
company,
Head on
you know?
to.
Yeah, like you're like, if I like this brand, I want to make it known that I'm here,
Yeah.
and I'm like, you know, I chose to be here and I want to support you and like meet them,
no,
et cetera.
living in New York, I feel like there are so many events all the time. I think there's a lot of events in LA, but I really feel like there's just so many in New York.
You could
but I could be
one every
wrong.
night in New York if you wanted
Yeah,
to.
so we've just become so not selective, but in a way, yeah, just of like what means the most to us. So I'm sure you're starting to learn that too. Not learn, but do that as well. Like, okay, where do I want to give my time the most? And what am I most excited about? And
Yeah, some of the brands that I've like been able to meet with this week. And also, if I go to an event and I did not meet the PR rep and I did not get content that's going to make that said PR rep really happy, like I failed at that event. Like there was
There you
no
go.
reason for me even to go. It was a waste of my time, you
right.
know?
No, I get
So
that.
it's been a lot, but it's super. It is fun too. It's
It
fun
is
and
fun.
stressful.
It's fun and stressful. It's literally
I like that way of looking at it though, like where it's yes, of course it's fun and whatever, but I agree with what you're like.
Yeah.
That's a very like business framework to look at it. Very very cool.
definitely.
Yeah, I respect it, and I feel like you have such big things coming, and
I know.
we're just so happy.
we got to chat
Yeah,
with you today. Like,
I know. And
seriously, we both love your content. When we were on Nantucket the other day.
Oh,
the other
yeah,
day, we
yeah.
were all like just obsessing. We all like some of our friends like all followed you at the same time.
Yeah.
We were, like,
Wait,
you
I think I noticed that.
Yeah, I know. We're like she probably sees all of our friends.
I
on.
know.
But we really think what you're doing is so cool.
Thank
we love your
you.
content, and thank you for coming and
Yeah.
chatting.
Thanks for having me.
Yes.
Yay.
Do you want to plug yourself if people don't know, like? You
Yeah,
know,
where
Oh
to
yeah,
follow
YouTube,
subscribe
whatever.
to me on YouTube.
Yes.
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 That's all I really care
What's-
about is
how do you
that
should-
people subscribe to me on
Yeah.
YouTube
Is
now.
your Instagram? Is your YouTube Morgan Riddle?
It's
it
Morgan
Morgan?
Riddle.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's cool, and we'll have her stuff linked down below.
Yep.
And we'll see you guys next Wednesday for
Yes.
another episode. Bye.
Bye.